Hey guys, Desolator Magic here, and it's finally time for the finale of the spoilers, the final 10 cards. Why they left exactly 10 for like the last day, I don't know. They usually like dump 15, call it a day. But I did notice that usually they dump, most of the commons, like the filler, who cares, reprint ones. But for a, first set to be released after standard cycling set, it really doesn't have a lot of boring, who cares staples. A lot of the commons are actually power cards. Or at least I could say they're interesting and could go in a certain type of deck, or I'd be interested in them being in my sealed pool. So kind of an interesting set from that standpoint. So let's start with Allied Assault. It's a 3-cost white instant. Up to 2 target creatures get +X/+X until end of turn, where X is the number of creatures in your party. So I was going to say, another white boost card, but it's really another white party card. I mean, would you really, if you only had one, like you had a warrior or something, would you pay 3 to +1 them? Probably not. Next up, Blood Price. It's a 4-cost sorcery. Look at the top 4 cards of your library. I hate it when stuff starts with that. Put 2 of them in your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. You lose 2 life. Wow, so it's a double opt for 4 mana in not blue. That's great. I should probably just say it's really similar to Read the Bones, actually. That's probably a closer card, but yeah, I don't like consistency boosters. I've never liked them. They tend to take, obnoxious gimmicky decks that do 1 or 2 things and make them playable, because it boosts your consistency by looking ahead 4 cards, plus the card advantage. And yeah, it's part of the game, and it should be, but there's too many broken, obnoxious, unstoppable cards in the format, and this helps it. So this would be fine if they would get rid of the true problem, is what I'm saying. So next up, there's Chilling Trap. It's a 1-cost blue instant. Target creature gets -4 until end of turn, so just -4 attack. If you control a wizard, draw a card. Ooh, wizard-based cantrip, kind of neat. Never been a fan of these effects, but it's kind of funny if you can pull something off in combat, but they'd never swing into something and then just get their power dropped when their toughness was sufficient to get nuked by your creature. I mean, if you had a 3/3 and they had a 5/3, they might swing, but then they really wouldn't want to lose it, so I don't know. In my experience, these just don't do much. Next up, Cliffhaven Kite Sail. It's a 1-cost equipment. When it drops in, attach it for free, obviously. Equipped creature has flying, and then just equip 2. This seems nice, but it's more of like a draft sealed thing. In Constructed, these types of cheap, glider cards, I guess I'll call them, they don't tend to really take off. Pun very much intended. Next up, Expedition Healer. Unsurprisingly, he's a cleric. And it's a 2-cost 2/2 with Vigilance, and it has lifelink as long as you control another cleric. So this will be one of the 6 white-based lifelink decks. Next up, Pressure Point. That's a reprint, I know that. It's a 2-cost, tap target creature, draw a card. I do actually kind of like this. It's kind of neat. It doesn't really buy you all that much time, but it does shrink your deck and give you usually a turn, but I don't know. It will get their last blocker out of the way so you can swing away. It seems like swing away with absolute wanton abandon because you're going to be able to boost it, save it, remove something from combat, whatever, is like White's theme in this set. Mix that with insane levels of lifelink synergy and, or just general life gain synergy. I think White's going to be insane. Considering I'm winning with that deck right now in the 2021 queue, and this hasn't been released yet. Next up, Pyroclastic Hellion. It's a 4/5 for 4, and it's a Hellion. That's not a party member. And it enters the battlefield. You may return a land you control to its owner's hand. When you do, it deals 2 damage to each opponent. I mean, that's annoying, but it's such a nothing card for 5. I mean, there's so many better cards than this in red. I mean, yeah, oh boy, Landfall, who cares? Next up, Skyclave Sentinel. It's a 3-cost gargoyle, 2/3 with kick 4, flying, and defender. If it was kicked, it enters the battlefield with 2 1/1 counters on it, and as long as it has a 1/1 counter on it, it can attack as though it didn't have defender. I mean, make it a 1/5 then. Why? It's not a good defender, and then if you pay 7, it's not a defender, and it's actually still not good. Was this supposed to be in a counter dump deck? I mean, I don't even remember if Proliferate is cycling out. I don't think it is. I don't know, probably is, who cares? But this just isn't good. Next up, Turn Timber Ascetic. It's a 5/4 for 5, and when it enters the battlefield, you gain 3 life. I think the importance of this is it's a green cleric, but it's not a good card. Next up, Vanquish the Weak. I think this is a reprint. It's a 3-cost instant. Destroy target creature with power 3 or less. I like cards that do exactly the opposite, and we have cards that do exactly the opposite, I think, for less mana. And that's it for the cards, but we already have seen the tokens a couple days ago, so I'm overdue for covering those. So I want to show this one first. This is a copy. This token can be used to represent a token that's a copy of a permanent. So that's for that copy anything card, which is not actually a Jace card. It's that stupid colorless, giant stone face thing or the other stone thing. I don't know. There's so many broken stone things. I have no idea. So when I said, what the hell are you supposed to do? Get out a Sharpie and a Post-it note. I was not that far off. This, I guess they'll just have to take your word for it when you tell them what it is and not mix them up. This is pointless. They might as well have just left a little white blank, like kind of accidentally but kind of purposely on the top or the bottom, so you could just Sharpie in what it'll be. And then just whatever you would clone in your deck, you just make one of these for each of them, because tokens are like free. I don't know, the whole clone anything is just, it's broken, it's stupid, and honestly they're probably going to ban the damn card. So next up, Goblin Construct. That's that one that can't block, but it's so annoying. They just give this to you, and now it's some toxic asset that you can't get rid of through blocking or combat. You gotta like sack it or blow it up. And it just deals 1 damage to you, so it might as well be Chandra's Emblem, and this thing is just freaking annoying. Then we got this creepy crawler here. It's a Construct 1/1. I don't remember what the hell card this was, but it's a cool Hedron spider thing. That's kind of neat. Next up, Hydra, because, of course, it's a star. I remember this being problematic. I just don't remember why. Next up, we got a 0/1 plant. Yeah, it throws out these and then puts 4 1/1 counters on it. Yeah, that card's going to be banned. Next up, Insect. I think 1 card generates these, and that's it. I just found that to be really strange when they do that. Then we got an Illusion. I don't remember what this was. Is this some Jace thing? Or I don't remember why it's star. This is less of like an art review and more of me just trying to remember things, which at this time of night, and I forgot my pills today, so I had to take Benadryl, so I'm all tripping. It's not going to happen. But a 2/2 Drake, that's that stupid enchantment that drops in 2/2 Drakes. I do remember that. Then we got Cat Beast. That is not a kitty you want a pet. That's a 2/2. I'm sure something brings those out. Then we got a Core Warrior. A bunch of stuff generates that. That's a thing. Or maybe it's just one and I really like the card and I get it confused. Then we got an actual cat. Look at that cute little adventurer cat. Look at that. That's adorable with this little pack full of cute little cat loot. He's got a cute little cat necklace. I love this token. I think I can get it in foil. I'm going to get it. Then we got the Angel Warrior, 4/4 flyer. I think something really degenerate brings these out. And that's it. So that concludes the worst token review in history. I'd say that we still have the rest of the Commander deck cards, but I guess we only got, 6 or 8 or whatever it was, new ones? That's it? All the rest are reprints, I guess? Because I'm looking at the deck list article and like, oh, that one's from IMA, that one's from BFZ, that one's, I don't know, I think a new one. That one's from Dominaria. It's just a total reprint-a-thon. And the Commanders, I mean, they look kind of mid-range. They're not great. They don't scream like, oh my god, Atraxa, or like, oh, some crazy, overpowered dragon or something. It's like, oh, that does a thing. Oh, that's a tribal thing. Okay. If that's the deck you want to build, and by build I mean buy, but with, I guess, between them a grand total of 6 new cards? I mean, unless I'm reading this wrong, that's pretty crap. I mean, unless they're money reprints, though. I didn't do a EV calculation on them yet. I might, though. It's like they're selling you a deck, though, so if you buy it, you're like buying a deck instead of just, oh, here, hand me exactly perfectly flawlessly predictable cards. I'm going to turn around, split it up, and sell them all on a buy list and make $5 profit. Like, why even bother? And I guarantee if you're like, I need 20 of these, your store doesn't have them, can't get them, and if they did, they wouldn't sell them all to you. So people are like, how much is this worth? Oh, 70? Oh, I'm going to get it. Because I could sell it and make $10. Just don't bother. It's so dumb. I hate people who buy Commander decks to disassemble them and try to resell the cards. Unless you're like, I want this half of the colors for my Commander deck, and the rest I could sell because I don't care, and you're just using it as basically bulk singles. But not bulk, like specific singles that you need. Okay, but that describes absolutely nobody. So the fact that there's so few new cards, there's only 2 of these, it was supposed to be Planeswalker decks, it's just... What were they even thinking? This is just so unusual, especially with like 2 Commander products right around the corner. It's Commander Legends and the accompanying Commander decks. So, yeah, why? Well, just why? Why did they do this? I have no idea. So to me, it's a stupid product. The value is probably not great. And when I get some time, I'll spreadsheet it all. With the whole thing with it being 1 of each singleton, it makes it a gigantic pain in the ass for me to add up all the values, but I'll do it because it'll be an interesting video and it'll be insightful even if you're not going to buy it. So thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll see you guys next video.